I am Dr. Sadhana Trivedi, Associate Professor, Faculty of Juridical Science. Today presenting my topic, individual determinant of consumer behavior. Under the subject of consumer behavior, individual determinant of consumer behavior, there are different type of determinant, individual determinant of consumer behavior as motivation and involvement, attitude, perception and consumer involvement, attention, perception, consumer learning, consumer imagery, values, etc. So, firstly we start from the consumer motivation and involvement. Consumer motivation and involvement. In a society, different consumers exhibit different consumer behavior because they are unique and have unique sets of needs. Motivation is the internal force that activates some needs and provides direction of behavior towards fulfillment. Involvement, we divide the involvement into two categories, low involvement and high involvement. Low involvement in a short term needs, the low involvement involve the shorter needs and high involvement in the new technology and the long term needs. Consumer behavior, in consumer behavior motivation, we involve the Maslow's need hierarchy theory. In Maslow's need hierarchy theory, there are different aspects of motivation. Those are psychological need firstly, safety needs, social needs, esteem needs and self actualization needs. Firstly at the top of the motivation hierarchy theory, first is psychological needs, basic survival as food, shelter, water and medical etc. After that safety need, in safety need we involve security, insurance, stable environment and social needs belonging, love and friendship etc. Esteem needs is status, recognition, prestige and self actualization, personal growth and self expression. There are different motivational theories of motivation. Maslow need hierarchy theory as I discussed firstly, and after that Hertzberg's two factor theory, that is involve hygienic factors, West motivators, Freudian theory, subconscious motives and desires, incentive theory, consumers are motivated by external rewards. Consumer involvement. As we discussed earlier, involvement is the level of personal relevance a consumer perceives in a product or decisions. It is how engaged they are in buying process. Types of involvement are high involvement, low involvement. High involvement, consumer involved in expensive, risky and personally significant product. Example, cars, houses, technology, new technology etc. Low involvement, that we use in routinely work, routinely as a daily meal and short term needs as a low cost item as toothpaste, snacks, bread etc. Type of nature, emotional involvement and cognitive involvement. Emotional involvement driven by feelings and cognitive involvement driven by logic and research. Then we talk about the consumer behavior, attention. How consumer pay attention on the product of market. Attention is the process by which consumer focus on certain stimuli while ignoring others, as is the first step in the perception, and without attention no message gets through. Attention, we are going to the market and we are going any road etc. and we are seeing different type of things, different type of ads etc. We choose some ads and something from that, and what we not need, then we left that item. Key characteristic of attention, selective. As I said earlier that people filter out most information and focus only what seems relevant. We have different type of items, different type of product in the market, and we choose what type of product that is valuable to us, that is valuable to the consumer. That this is the function of selective function. Divided, we split attention between multiple scrolling while watching. When we were scrolling different type of product, as we are purchasing the product online, we are scrolling and we are seeing the reels etc. whatever. Then we choose some product that are needed to us and left that product that are not needed for us. Limited. Our brain can only process a small amount of information at once. When we are reading and what is valuable information for us, we select that information, and after that and regularly time to time and repeatedly we are reading one thing that is not enough, and shifting attention moves rapidly from one thing to another. Now shifting, if we are needed one thing, that is shifting if we need that another thing. Consumer perception. Perception is the process by which consumers select, organize and interpret information to form a meaningful picture of the world. What we perception is depend on the perception of a consumer. What a consumer percept in the environment, and there are in the environment there are different type of stimuli and that are dependent. It is not just about what out there, it is about how each individual interprets it. Two people can see the same ad and have totally different reaction based on their personal experience, belief and emotions. There are two type of person, both are different one another by their attire, by their attitude and their perception also. On those two people, one choose one type of product and another choose different type of product. The process of perception, exposure, attention and interpretation. Exposure, the consumer comes into contact with a stimuli. When there are different type of product are available, when which type of product we needed, we are seeing different type of advertisement, different type of hoardings etc. Then we comes into the contact of the product. Attention, the consumer notices the individual. If any consumer is attentive to see the consumer's product, that is attention. Interpretation, consumer assign meaning to the stimulus based on their own frame of reference. Consumer learning, as a small child learns from the parenthood, as a small child learn from their parent, peers, reference or friends etc. Same as a consumer learn the product into the market. Learning in consumer behavior refers to the process by which individuals acquire purchase related knowledge and experience that they apply to future behavior. Any consumer that is learns from different type of product in the market, time to time he learns from the market which type of product he needed. Types of learning in consumer behavior. First is behavioral learning, focus on response to external stimuli. Classical learning, associating a brand product with a particular emotion or image. Example, Coca-Cola plus happy music, smiling people etc. They present different type of things from where we are learning and to know about the product. Operant conditioning, behavior is shaped by reward or punishment. Operant learning, when anything as any product we purchase and after at the time of feedback we learn from we learn about that product, and after that we purchase that product because we have learned many things about that product, we love that product and we want to purchase that product time to time. Cognitive learning involves mental process. Consumer actively process information to solve problems or make decisions. Observational, when we learn to others, when we observe something into the others, observe something into the product, then we purchase that product. Consumer memory, how memory affect buying. When we talk about the memory, then brand recall, brand recognition and advertising repetition. When we talk about the memory, anything if that product when we learn about any product, that product collect in the consumer's memory as we know that the brand recall. Can you remember a brand without being prompted? Or brand recognition, do you recognize a logo, slogan or jingle? And advertising repetition, repeated exposure increase the chance of storing into the, when anything repeatedly comes into the in front of us, then we learn from that product more and more. And if any product we choose before many times, then we choose that product because of he is repeating in front of us. Personality. Personality refers to a person's consistent pattern of thinking, feeling and behaving that influence how they interact with the world, including how they shop, what brand they are drawn to and how they respond to marketing. Key characteristics of personality: relatively stable over time, unique to each person, influence preference, habits and brand choices, shapes how consumers respond to marketing messages. Personality of everyone is different from other person, or according to the personality their purchase decision shows into the market, how they are showing their interest, how their preferences about the product, their choosing pattern about the product and preferences, etc. Attitude formation and change. When we are talking about the attitude, then how the attitude formation and how the attitude is changed. Attitude formation. Attitude are formed through a combination of factors. Cognitive component. This relates to the belief or knowledge a consumer holds about a product or service. For example, if a consumer believes a product is of high quality, this belief can form the foundation of their attitude towards it. Affective component. This refers to the feeling or emotions of a consumer associated with the product or service. For instance, a consumer may feel happy or excited when thinking about a particular brand or product. Behavioral component. This involves the consumer's intention or action towards the product. If a consumer consistently purchases a brand, this behavior contributes to their overall attitude towards us. Thank you.